Hey guys, what's up? Hope you've been well. I know I'm wearing a cap, but I did not really go anywhere. I just feel like I want to get my baby fringe out of my face. Hope you've been well, and I hope you're hanging in there. I just wanted to come on here and share about, you know how a lot of people say like, introverts should be killing it right now because they get to stay at home and like not hang out and all that kind of thing. But actually, I feel like it's coming to a point where because everyone is at home that like the introverts may actually feel a bit crazy too. So I think like everyone is going to extroverts. I totally get it. You miss hanging out with your friends, you miss going out, and even as an introvert, I do miss going out. But what I wanted to share with you guys about is that now because most of us are all at home, how then does an introvert find alone time when you are at home with all your family members? Now, disclaimer is that I only live with my husband. I don't have as many people living in one house as I used to when I lived with my parents and my sister. So I just wanted to share some suggestions that might help. And of course, I don't have kids and I don't have as many people like living in my house. So definitely, take my suggestions with a pinch of salt, but hopefully it like helps you to trigger more ideas. And if you have any suggestions, definitely do share in the comments below. And my neighbor upstairs is very busy. I don't know if you can hear, but they're doing a lot of stuff. Yeah, so one of the suggestions I have, if you're an introvert and you're trying to find alone time without having to go out, I think it would definitely be to communicate it. So you'll be surprised. A lot of people don't really understand this whole introvert and extroverted thing, and it's not something that is used to kind of put people into a box and say like, oh, if you're introvert, you can't do this, you don't do that, or you behave like that, or if you're extrovert, you behave like this and you behave like that. It's not so much about putting people into a box, but rather it's a language that helps you to explain a little bit more about who you are, and it's not a label. It's not something that is, oh, if you're introvert, you're definitely like that. If you're extrovert, you're definitely like that. But it just helps to give language to explain something that is so intangible, like having to need space alone for your thoughts. Not everybody really needs that, and not everybody kind of like decompresses their minds in the same way. So extroverts may actually feel like they need to talk it out. They need to meet up with their friends and speak out their thoughts to get clarity on it. Whereas as an introvert, you may feel like you need quiet. You need everyone to be quiet, then you can unpack your thoughts. So one thing that I found really helpful is to firstly to communicate that to your family, and I've spent a lot of time communicating that to my family. The older I became, and the more aware of like different personality traits. And I read this book called Please Understand Me, and that helped me to kind of create, or it gave me the language to explain to the people around me what I needed for my own sanity. So communication, that's number one. And number two, sometimes you need to schedule in those alone time and then you need to communicate it. So of course, at the very beginning when you're trying to communicate, or your family members are still trying to understand this whole concept of you needing alone time, they might not be super receptive to it. But try to find like a space or a room or even the toilet, just like a space that you can kind of like shut everyone out. I mean, if you need to build a fort, like when I was a kid, I built a lot of forts because I wanted that alone space. Now if you have to build a fort, just try it. I mean, this is time to like try anything, right? Because you have like 1 month to experiment and see what works. So create that space and then announce it to everyone in your household and say like, hey guys, I'm going to go in and do my alone time or have time with myself to, you can call it whatever you want, to think, to, decompress or whatever. I'm gonna do it for 1 hour from 10 to 11. So during this time, please don't disturb me unless it's an emergency, but please try not to disturb me. And you may have to like, say no to the distractions. Like your family members at the beginning might still like try to come in and say like, hey, you know, you want this, you want that, can you do this? So you just have to be like firm and gentle and just keep repeating and say, I'll be out at this time, I'll be out at this time. I don't know if it can work as a reverse of like, you know, when they punish children, right, and they have to sit in the corner, the naughty corner, for like 5 minutes, but then whenever the kid leaves the seat, right, the naughty time or the sit down time gets reset. And this could be something that you could try. It's like a reverse thing. Like if any of your family members disturb you during that time, then you'll be like, oh, I need to reset this time, or I need to add back this 5 minutes because you disturbed me during my quiet time. And of course it's something that, you know, you won't get it, if it's something new and if your family is not like familiar with this concept, you will definitely run into problems at the beginning. But I would just like encourage you to persevere through, because this kind of thing, it's a long-term thing. Like you may not immediately feel the benefits of it and it can get frustrating, but like think of the price, think of the fruit that's gonna come out of it. Your family members will understand you better. You'll be able to have a better quality of alone time the more you press through, the more you persevere through it. I hope this helps.